Jenna Morton is live in Cameron, the hardest hit area struck by tonight's storms. What's going on right now?
Jen, we're right outside Cameron, Illinois, and this is just some of the damage we found. This is what homeowners tell us used to be a garage, and now you can see it's just filled with rubble, and their belongings are just out here. There's also damaged trees, tree limbs are on the ground. There are some mobile homes right next to us, and the homeowners tell us that they lost their roof, and they also have a lot of water damage in their house. Now, as far as Cameron itself, we don't know how much damage there is because we can't get to it. Earlier today, the police blocked off the road, preventing any drivers to get into Cameron. They told them they had to turn around. There are several agencies out here, the Illinois State Police, as well as other neighboring fire departments. The Red Cross is out here helping assist people. They were turning off the gas. We don't know if that's completely turned off yet. So like I said, we don't really know how much damage there is in Cameron right now. The homeowners we did speak to, despite losing a lot of things today, they do have pretty high spirits.
My main thing was my animals.
There's nothing you can do about it.
So far, they're okay.
I'm not hurt. None of them are hurt.
No, we're all okay.
Everything can be replaced eventually.
Haven't talked to.
Now, a spokesperson for the Illinois State Police is supposed to be talking to the media soon to tell us, what happened, what's going on. So as soon as we have those details, we'll bring them to you.
Well, Jenna, it's not that unusual to block off an entire community after a storm like this. We did talk to one man earlier this evening who said they pretty much only had 30 seconds warnings to get inside. Have you heard of any injuries? Have you seen any ambulances leaving the area? We've talked to area hospitals and they've reported no real injuries to report.
We haven't talked to any people that have been in Cameron to see. A lot of homeowners were trying to get into Cameron, and the police told them they couldn't get in. They had to turn around. We haven't seen any ambulances, so that could be a good sign, like you said, of no injuries.
Right, Jenna Morton reporting live from the scene, the only reporter in the Quad City area who's live there right now for us on News 8.
This is what's left. It's a sight you'll see around the small town of Cameron, Illinois. Roofs gone, collapsed buildings, trees down, and grain bins destroyed.
All the major grain bins that are kind of a fixture of our tiny little community, that's kind of our trademark, are all gone.
Some were there when it happened.
It's the first time I experienced it. It was pretty terrifying.
First time I experienced
to be honest, it was almost, they say it was more than the freight train thing for me. It was more like an earthquake.
For Harold Sloan, he was one of the lucky ones. Just a few broken windows and some trees down.
Well, the house is a little over 100 years old, so that was built with good lumber.
While others don't have much to go home to.
All the trees are snapped at the base. Part of our garage is gone. My pool's completely gone.
In our kitchen.
Windows blown out.
Crews worked all day, picking up power lines and trees, working as quickly as they could to get people back into their homes.
We just have the clothes on our backs, and our dogs are still at our house, so we're worried about them.
Governor Bruce Rauner and state agencies walked around assessing the damage, and despite no state budget, the governor says there are emergency funds that can be used to help Cameron out.
We're here today to assess the damage. We're going to bring state resources in every way we can to help the community clean up and recover.
More than 100 homes and businesses impacted by Thursday night's storm. A road people in Cameron know will be a long one to recovery.
This one was pretty devastating, so it's probably going to take longer than, of course, what we would like.
Jenna Morton, WQAD News 8.
I could hear the siren going off.
Brenda Sage was out of town when a tornado hit Cameron, Illinois on Thursday.
It was between 7 and 7:15 when she called me.
Her daughter was home and was on the phone with Sage when the tornado hit their house.
She was quiet for a second and then she screamed, "Oh my God, the lights just went out." And it was just a few seconds later, it got really, really loud on the phone and she was just screaming.
Her daughter was fine, but their house was not. Much of it torn up, and the side addition they'd spent years remodeling, gone.
We spent a lot of time out there, more than anywhere in the house, probably.
Similar damage can be seen all over town, with plenty of debris still covering much of the yards and roadways.
There are multiple different first responder municipalities set up in the center of Cameron, handing out food and water and directing people where to go.
These are 1- and 2-lane streets in town. There's still a lot of debris down.
There's contractors that are trying to work and move. Just so much activity that unless you have a good reason to be here, don't be here.
Power has been restored to most of the community, but there's still plenty of cleanup work to be done.
It's been tough. We've had a lot of people upset and crying. See their homes destroyed. It's just hard to see that. So,
an emotional few days.
Just cleaning up as much as possible for right now.
As community members work to pick up what's left of Cameron. Caroline Reinwald, WQAD News 8.
The sights and sounds in Cameron tell a story.
Originally, this was a garage of 1900.
A story whose narrative is told by the people on nearly every street.
As expensive as lumber is these days, kind of ashamed to get rid of all of it.
Terry Lester will tell you he's one of the lucky ones.
We had plenty of warning.
An EF2 tornado carved its path through Cameron on July 16th. It leveled homes, tossed the town's granary to the side, and left Cameron with a mess.
Just amazing because it was just leveled.
But when help is needed,
they're real glad to see us today.
Steve Wendell with the American Red Cross is there.
Well, we've been on the support end of this, bringing in meals, and we've been roaming the neighborhood, passing out water, Gatorade.
On Monday from noon to 8 p.m., several organizations, including the Red Cross and many others, will be setting up shop here at the Cameron Christian Church to help provide resources for folks who've been impacted by the tornado.
It's a group of various community partners that will be getting together so that the residents here in Cameron can see that their needs are met.
Rebuilding doesn't happen overnight. But the people of Cameron know their story is far from over.
It'll be good in time.
Shane Simmons, WQAD News 8.
Pastor Paul Leidig is aiming high for help.
I'm concerned. Just hanging over.
This hometown boy knows all about the hardship following a tornado in Cameron, Illinois.
It's kind of like a funeral. The first week or so you have all your family and support there, and after that they're gone. But we're still here.
It's still a surreal scene nearly 2 weeks after the tornado. Volunteers and residents are making the most of a bad situation. But there's rubble everywhere. It doesn't take long to find homes without roofs. A mailbox stands among twisted metal.
They're facing a lot of challenges, just trying to put their lives together. I've had many friends here in town that have lost their homes.
New owners bought this home just 2 weeks before the tornado. The random damage, both strange and difficult.
It's weird how it would just bounce from one place to another and then just would miss one place and hit another.
Thank you.
That's why 8-year-old twins Alexa and Ava Anderson step into action.
There you go.
They're raising money for the American Red Cross in Monmouth. Those cash donations will provide tornado relief.
We're a small community, close community, and everybody wants to help everybody.
It's the best way to help tornado victims in Cameron. Outreach that touches lives on the long road to recovery.
I think the community of Cameron is going to be stronger for this.
For Pastor Paul Leidig, giving back to help his town. Community pride to guide Cameron's future.
2 weeks after a tornado roared through Cameron, Illinois, cleanup continues. For Sam Fox, it's picking up branches, but his house, one of the lucky ones.
No structural damage, mostly cosmetic.
FEMA denied assistance to Cameron, stating the town was too small to qualify.
We don't count, and that's exactly what they said. There's a formula that they have to follow.
And while Sam will be fine,
my insurance has been so faithful and generous that we're going to be okay, but I'm sure that FEMA is needed at some of the other houses.
Other homes, like Alan Otten's.
Took pretty much all my shingles and some of the roof off and knocked my chimney down and blew my garage door open. I had boards through my wall.
Alan, like other homeowners in Cameron, don't have insurance.
They'll just have to go get a loan or something, you know.
But there might be some assistance coming his way. Governor Rauner has requested FEMA to help assess storm damage for 23 counties that were impacted by severe storms in June and July. Warren County made the list.
Instead of taking Cameron alone, this encompasses a much larger area and there will be much larger dollar loss.
Some are more hopeful this time around.
Hopefully we can get some relief for those people that were unable to move back in their homes because of the damage.
So Cameron can get back on its feet.
We'll get through it, piece by piece.
Jenna Morton, WQAD News 8.
We begin with our top story tonight in Cameron. Many families still trying to rebuild what they lost nearly 1 month after this tornado tore through the Warren County community. News 8's Megan Noe talks to one woman who says her community is stronger than ever and hopes to prove it with an event tomorrow.
All right, ladies, let's go grab first base.
Sherry Gibson has spent her whole life calling Cameron, Illinois home.
Yep, we're gonna put them in right here.
But home changed forever on July 16th.
Yes, we're still rebuilding our lives every day.
When an EF2 tornado hit the town of roughly 400.
We covered up with the comforter and we just kept praying, and that's when debris flew through our window in our basement and things started hitting the house and the house started moving, and it was surreal.
Nearly a month has gone by and the damage is still obvious. Still, Gibson says not everything changed for the worse.
You see people out just visiting. It feels like everything went back about 50 years and the pace of life just slowed down and we're appreciating being together.
It's why she's out here weeding.
Doing some cleanup from the storm.
Getting the ball field ready for tomorrow's big fundraiser.
Hey Sam, will you help Jean carry more water, please?
The event will be a chance to relax and help some of her neighbors too.
It's the mental rebuilding, I think, that everybody's going through right now, that we're still struggling with the fact that this was a traumatic experience and things will never be the same, but the rebuilding is happening and we'll be stronger for it.
As they put home back together. In Cameron, Megan Noe, WQAD News 8.
Cameron's big fundraiser starts tomorrow morning. Food will be served from 11 until 5 in the afternoon tomorrow at the ball field in Cameron. There will be music and kids activities as well. All donations go toward tornado relief.
Beating the heat with live music. And a little help from the local fire department. Community members in Cameron, Illinois on Saturday came together for a cause.
There's been a lot of donations, large and small.
Nearly 1 month after an EF2 tornado ripped through the town of about 400, there's still plenty of damage left behind. It's why a group of volunteers, many from towns outside of Cameron, are spending their Saturday grilling out, selling baked goods, and holding raffles, raising funds to help rebuild.
I don't think it makes any difference whether you know anyone or if you live there. It's just the humane thing to do.
It took me about 4 hours to build the flag.
A Cameron softball coach who donated his own handmade work for the raffle remembers how tough things were for his team after the tornado.
We had nowhere to practice. We just had to go from no practice to playing.
Volunteers at the event say they're just happy to help out any way they can.
We come here and pick up trash, make sure this area is clean for the kids.
It's just awesome what people are doing. People are giving $50 here, $20 here.
People spending their time and their money.
They're pulling together, they're helping each other, they're going to come back.
Donating everything they can to help clean up Cameron. Caroline Reinwald, WQAD News 8.
The town that we once knew is no longer.
Almost 5 months later, and debris can still be seen throughout town.
It fell in between these two replaced windows.
A constant reminder of the tornado that came through and changed the small community of Cameron, Illinois.
Cameron will never be the same ever. Ever.
You can start to see renovations happening at Jeff Harshbarger's home.
New siding, new roof, new windows in the garage, they got blown out.
I've lived here all my life.
Over at Fred Johnson's, a new home sits in replace of his old one.
I get teary-eyed when I talk about a lot of things like this, but it hurts, and we'll get over it.
And like the preacher said, the old flagpole got bent, but we're not broke.
But despite the damage and homes destroyed, people in Cameron have a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving.
Nobody got killed, nobody got skinned up much. Everybody survived, and a lot of tears.
From being alive to tell their stories to having a roof over their head.
You take those small things for granted, and then it kind of makes you reevaluate that and appreciate it more.
Not to mention all the helping hands to get Cameron back on its feet.
We're just trying to show Cameron some love in this time of need.
And thankful for a new start.
And that's what we're trying to do. Pick up the pieces, put them back together, and make it stronger than what it was prior to the tornado.
Jenna Morton, WQAD News 8.